Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio, a place where dreams take flight, with authentic storytelling, diverse perspectives and meaningful conversations, where global stories unite and bridges are built beyond all borders. Discover world-class education, entertainment, hope and inspiration. Together, we're building bridges worldwide. Subscribe to our channel, USA Global TV. Download our app, USA Global TV. Be our guest or join our team. Visit usaglobaltv.com. Thanks to our founder and executive producer, Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Music score by Yeffy Tang from Cloud Road Music. Voiceover artist Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. USA Global TV and Radio. Your home for global connection. All rights reserved. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited.
Welcome to Talking Heads on USA Global TV and Radio, where wisdom meets experience. Join a dynamic lineup of thought leaders, professionals, and changemakers from around the world. Dr. Madeline Chan from the UK. Mariska Dupreya from Australia, Red O'Loughlin from Texas, USA, Carolyn HEWARD from the UK, Zunette Lube from Cape Town, South Africa, as they share expert insights, personal journeys, and impactful strategies for success. Talking Heads isn't just a show, it's a global stage for education, collaboration, and inspiration. So elevate your knowledge, expand your perspective, engage in conversations that matter. Streaming globally, empowering locally, this is Talking Heads, only on USA Global TV and Radio.
Hello and welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where we provide world-class education, entertainment, hope and inspiration. Our show today is Talking Heads, and I'm one of 5 Talking Heads experts on the channel. I'm a TV presenter in my own right on the channel, and I have my own show this year once a month. Last year it was twice monthly, and I think in previous years I did 4 shows a year. I'm also the resident therapist on USA Global TV and Radio, and I'm known as the Harley Street Stress Expert. I am an expert presenter on today's topic, which is the empty chair, when festive joy meets loss, grief and goodbye. It's part of the Mind and Body Connection series, and this is more than and not about telling you what to do, but more about giving you permission. So let's begin. The empty chair, when festive joy meets loss, grief and goodbye. I want to begin by saying that this is a show with emotional safety. There is a safety net around before we begin so that you feel comfortable to feel vulnerable. This is something that's very important to say, that even though we're just entering into the holiday festive season, this is not a festive show, it's a human show. This time of year, we're surrounded by messages telling us to be joyful, telling us to be grateful, telling us to be cheerful, and telling us to celebrate. For many people, this season carries something else entirely. It carries absence, memories, grief, anxiety, exhaustion, and for some, a deep sense of loneliness. So we're here in this episode taking space for the empty chair, the loved one who is no longer there, the chair of relationships that have changed, the chair of the life we thought we would have, but we haven't got anymore. If you're watching this and finding it hard, if you're smiling on the outside, but somehow feeling that you're hurting on the inside, you don't need to pretend here in this space. This is a safe space for you to feel, a space for you to feel honest, and a space to gently acknowledge what this season brings for you. You are not weak for feeling this way. You are being human. This is not about forcing or finding a fix for something. You may recognize that part of this, or many of the things that I have mentioned, the empty chair, absence, loss, what's no longer there, death, terminal illness, separation. The symbolic empty chair can symbolize the estranged family, the difficulties in a family, the lost roles, the lost futures, and the lost identities. And why the festive season rituals amplify, they literally make that which is missing bigger. And my key reflection here is, who or what does the empty chair represent for you this year? When this season doesn't feel safe, when you feel overwhelmed and you feel a level of anxiety or even emotional pressure to perform, we're going to touch on why this time of year heightens anxiety, anticipatory stress. I'm already dreading it, you might be feeling or thinking, but afraid to say. You might feel a sensory overload, your nervous system kicking in, that feeling of nervousness that can feel great when it feels like butterflies in an excited way, that nervous system kicks in and makes a feeling of dread, a feeling of you feeling under pressure. This is not about normalizing that you have to be joyful. I want to normalize here in this show that it's okay if you wish or have this desire to withdraw. And if you're feeling numb, or if you're feeling that you're failing at Christmas, the pressure to perform happiness, smiling when you're really hurting inside. There's a cost to pretending, and that cost of trying to be cheerful doesn't always work. I want you to understand that it's okay to feel uncomfortable about these feelings coming up. The empty chair is something that is there for many families around the table, the gathering. It could be a gathering of friends. There'll be an empty chair. Who sits around your table? Who's missing in that empty chair? To give you a key reframe, that you don't owe anyone your performance of happiness. So I want you to feel comfortable that it is okay for you to feel whatever you are feeling. If you have complicated family dynamics, breakdowns in relationships, and children from those broken marriages are left not quite knowing where they fit in, the parents not quite sorted out how it all works. You might be lucky, and you might be from a family that has split up and you've managed to iron out all the issues so the children don't get in the middle of the challenges of the adults. But sometimes the adults don't do that. They don't sort out what's necessary for the children, and they don't know what to do. And then the empty chair, that they're not at the table at Christmas. What do you do about gifts? Are they going to turn up, or are they not going to show up? What about the grandparents? Very often in estranged breakups in families, whether it's a sibling or a parent or a grandparent or one of the children. And if there is an estranged breakup, it leaves a lot of awkwardness and silence, to not want to upset the status quo, to not want to upset anyone just in case, to keep quiet just in case you say the wrong thing. Because tempers run high when there is that estranged and misaligned relationship breakup. How does everybody else perform, respond, when the children, the parents, the families, they're all part of that marriage breakup? There are many blended families. There are many families that have split up, especially in recent times where there's been many challenges. There has been many people that have had challenges with sickness, terminal illness, and have also passed. How do we reconcile that empty chair? By being happy, forcefully, by pretending. There is this message that we should, have to be, need to be, must be joyful, must be happy. But what if you don't feel it? What if all you feel is the loss, the emptiness? What about if all you feel is what was, and what there is right now is different? It's not the same. Have you moved on? Many people find it hard to move on because it's almost like you're saying that never existed. This push to be positive when you might feel anger or resentment or bitterness because something isn't working, something isn't right. Are you one of those people that's listening that doesn't have a family Christmas? Are you struggling to find the space where you fit in? I know, especially living in London for 24 years, how many people didn't celebrate Christmas as they were living alone and not around their family, as they might have been in different countries or in different places within their own lives. Does this resonate with you? I'm going to take a moment for you to pause and reflect on some of the circumstances, situations that I have mentioned. And there are many situations where this festive period isn't a good time for many people. I'm here to say I cannot fix that situation. What I can do is give you permission to feel okay in whatever you feel. And if a tear pricks up as you're watching this episode, whether you're watching on the live or the replay, today, tomorrow, or in a month's time or in a year's time, I want you to know that you're not alone. There are many people in this kind of position that are not feeling joyous, that don't feel the energy to perform. So they go quiet, they stay away. They don't indulge in the social because it's difficult. The family dynamic is integral. What's your family dynamic like? How does your family come together? In stress, in anxiousness, that everything has to be right. And if it's not right, that pressure to perform, to make everything right, can almost lead to stressful outbursts. When togetherness hurts, when families are together, because the empty chairs, chair or multiple chairs, are around the table. I give permission, if you know that this will be your last Christmas with your family, with your loved ones, how difficult that is for you and the family. This is a difficult time for many people, and illness, terminal diagnosis, it's almost like you don't actually have the opportunity to say, I'm going to get well, especially if it's a terminal diagnosis. And how do you, as the person that's being given that diagnosis, handle that? Anger, frustration, lashing out. The world can be a cruel place. But what about a different perspective? It's okay to feel angry. It's okay to lash out. And it's okay to want everything right and to have a short time span of patience. It's okay. What about taking things moment by moment and enjoying each moment rather than being in a state of anger or impatience, enjoying each moment as it appears, as you are experiencing it in that moment. Estranged families and people who are suffering with terminal diagnosis and illness, and many people, especially at this time of year, have been sent home where the doctors have said there's nothing they can do. And you're almost living on every moment of every breath. How do you enjoy that moment? Will you enjoy that moment by being present, by being in whatever it is that you are experiencing in that very moment? Whether it is tears, whether it is joy, whether it is a state of anxiety, for whatever reasons, it is okay. There is a book called It's Okay to Not Be Okay. I read this book a very, very long time ago. It must be, I don't know, about 40 years old. It's got to be very old. I found that it was a small book, and I don't even remember the author of the book. And it's a tiny, thin book. It's okay to not be okay. And those words always resonated with me because of that huge wrench of anxiety that you can experience. Many people experience it in the stomach, or they experience it in a space of appetite, not eating, comfort eating, a loss of taste. Old wounds can resurface around that table. The grief of being together and yet alone. It's important to take note that grief doesn't only come from death. Sometimes it comes from a place of not being seen, being unacknowledged, or feeling unloved, unsupported, and uncared for, no matter what you do, give, and how much you allow. the being unseen. How much support do you have in feeling unseen? Because when you are unseen, there is a challenge of how do you become seen? I'd like to suggest that you make some boundaries, to take a breath, to pause, to feel whatever it is that you feel. And if you need to take some space, to take the space internally as well as externally, in the way that's right for you, without making anyone wrong and without making anyone right, only being in a place of being. When you connect to your feelings and emotions, especially at this time when some families are estranged, when there is a loyalty or a functionality of making Christmas work, of making Christmas happy, when you don't actually feel it, almost like an obligation to do what is necessary. Be in that space of indulgence, not only for the others, also for yourself, in whatever way that you need to be. And if you need to take space, feel it's okay to take your space. There are no real solutions here. It's more about permission. It's more about saying it's okay for you to feel however you are feeling. If you live alone, that can be a sanctuary, and it can also be empty. It can be full, and it can also make you feel like it's a way to find your own inner peace. I live alone, and many people find that very challenging to live alone. And I did, when I first lived alone, found it uncomfortable to the point that when my marriage broke up, I walked the streets until 11 o'clock because I couldn't stand being in the living room on my own. And it was difficult because I'd left the family home and went to a marital home. And when that home was empty and just me, I had to learn to get used to being on my own. Now that was 2005, so what's that, 30 years ago, 2005. My maths isn't very good. So it's 2025 now, so that's 20 years ago. And I used to dread being on my own, and I filled my diary with activities, with appointments, with being somewhere and doing something. And now I absolutely love my sanctuary. I've created a sanctuary that is peaceful. I've created a sanctuary that feels right for me. And I don't feel what I used to feel anymore. It took a while for me to feel different because I'd always had noise around me. So there was a point in time that I had the radio on all the time because it was some noise, some comfort. And then I found a solace of inner peace by being in a space that was creating an inner calm for me. And if you live in a house or a home with many people, there will be an opportunity for you to find that space, wherever it might be. And I always love going back home and doing what I do for the family. and creating the Christmas magic by cooking the goose and preparing the homemade stuffing and making the Christmas lunch and making it all right. It's a lot of work and it's a lot of dedication. And I absolutely empathise with anyone that is in the kitchen and being the host at this festive time, because it is a lot of work. And then it disappears very quickly. The meal almost vanishes within a short space of time. It doesn't look, it takes a shorter amount of time to devour the Christmas festive lunch than it does all the many hours justify how much time it takes. And I always feel an inner smile that there's been an enjoyment of the food and of the celebration. I do know of some friends that live alone and they didn't have a Christmas meal, and they are Christian, and they had an omelette on Christmas Day. And I also know of friends that have families that live further away and they decided to spend Christmas on their own. So if that is a choice that you're making, I want to give you permission to feel comfortable that it's okay to make that choice if it feels right for you. Feelings are not facts. Mixed emotions are absolutely normal, especially at this time of year. Grief and joy can coexist. Anxiety is really information. It's your body's mechanism to tell you all is not okay. It's definitely not a weakness. A simple grounding invitation is what I'm going to offer you now, is to place one hand, your right hand, on your heart and take a slow breath into your heart. And then slowly breathe out gently and name one feeling that you feel in that moment without judgment, without criticism, without agenda. Just name that feeling that comes up for you in this moment as you take that breath into your heart. Nothing needs to change right now. Absolutely nothing needs to change. This is my last Talking Heads episode. I have been with the channel for 4.5 years. It has been a purposeful intention to create a legacy to help many people way beyond my lifetime, as long as YouTube stays alive, that will be able to find what I'm going to tell you are really healing transmissions. They are transmissions not to offer any judgment, but to give you an opportunity to become aware, to become familiar with the uncomfortable, to become familiar with that feeling of disconnection, to feel okay about that familiarity. In all of my shows, I offer compassion. In all of my shows, I offer intention and awareness. It is not my place to judge anyone, because we are all on our own private healing journeys of this lifetime. And we are all here experiencing life in our own ways, from our own time here. We are born into the families that we are born into to learn, to grow, to expand, to transform. And in that place of awareness, understanding, and transformation, it becomes learning and wisdom. And my closing reminder is that you are not alone, and to help you feel less alone. And if this show, this episode, or the other episodes that I have done have enabled you to feel less alone, then my job is done. But before we close, I want to acknowledge this moment. This moment, my final Talking Heads episode. The expert show on this platform has been a dream come true. This is my legacy to you. This is my legacy to the world. This is my legacy to help the many, many people who would not naturally reach out to a therapist or a counsellor, or seek external advice, or even feel comfortable to say something's wrong. If you Google my name on YouTube, it'll be easy to find all of the episodes I have ever been on this channel, rather than going through or trying to find the episodes on playlists, because there are many in my 4.5 years. And there are many years of nuggets of insights, awarenesses, understandings across the board of all of the shows I have done. I am deeply grateful to Dr. Jacqueline for this moment that I can say thank you for allowing me to create a legacy. We don't know where the opportunities are going to come from. We don't know what is going to appear in the next window. And we don't know what happens when one door closes, which door will open, and what opportunity is there. I am leaving this platform with closing a door to the legacy of this platform, which will be open for many decades to come. I will always, always be here for you, whatever your needs, whatever you require. Everything I have given from my heart. All of the work I have done on this platform have been genuinely healing transmissions. You will have an incredible side effect of deep, restorative and restful sleep by watching any, especially of the Talking Heads episodes that I have done. You will feel different. And I have had people say to me, I don't know what it is about your shows, but I always feel deeply relaxed. Then my job is done. I don't know where I'm going to be, but I will always be here for you. Always. And it has been an absolute privilege to be on this platform, watching the growth of this channel and being part of the legacy team. I will be eternally grateful to Dr. Jacqueline and the team. I've made many friends across many countries on the platform, and it truly is global. I wanted to help more people, and this, I am absolutely deeply grateful to Dr. Jacqueline for allowing this to be part of my legacy. I'm in deepest gratitude for you tuning in, whether you're here today on the live, on the replay, or whether you're here in a month's time, or a year's time, or in 10 years' time. I will be here helping you through any challenge that you have. And if you don't have a challenge right now, all of my details are there for you so that you can contact me anytime. This space has allowed difficult conversations. This space I have created here on Talking Heads, on The Listening Mentor, and on A Woman's Prerogative and other shows I've been part of, is to have those difficult and human conversations. And I am deeply grateful for that. You are not alone in how you feel. You never were. My hope that this conversation stays with you, not as advice, but permission. Permission to feel, permission to pause, permission to be human. Thank you for being there. Thank you for listening. Wherever life meets you next, meet yourself with compassion. And if you ever get confused or stuck on how to find that place inside that resides in you where compassion is by putting your hand on your heart. And when you touch the heart, this place is always there because it resides within you. And if you have family, loved ones that have passed, they are always with you in your heart. From my heart to yours. I usually end the show with Namaste. And I feel before I end the show, I want to explain what Namaste means, because you might not know. Namaste means the divine in me, the highest good, and the highest divine, the spirit of me, without ego, without judgment, without the human condition. The divine in me meets the divine in you, because we are all pure spirit. Thank you for your attention and your interest. Thank you for being here with me on this journey with USA Global TV and Radio. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channels. We have two. We have an awarded YouTube channel, which has been awarded the Silver Creator Award from YouTube. And we also have Dr. Jacqueline's channel. Thank you very much, Dr. Jacqueline, for putting them up. You can find all of my Talking Heads under the Talking Heads episodes, Talking Heads under each year. I will never forget you, and I'm always going to be here for you. And for that, I am truly grateful. I will never, ever forget the journey I have made on this channel, and I am so happy for the opportunity. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for being with me, and thank you for being part of my legacy. Namaste.
USA Global TV and Radio proudly presents Tracy Cram-Perkins, a dementia caregiving survivor teaching how to balance care with peace of mind. #1 resource for dementia caregivers. It's the book Dementia Home Care: How to Prepare Before, During, and After. Over 17,000 copies sold of this must-have guide. And now a testimonial from Tracy Smith.
If I was to describe this book to someone who is going through a similar situation, I would underscore how important it is to have some sort of a tool or a guidebook to help you through certain stages. And there's so many, it's such an unknown topic to the average person. And to have this as a reference is essential. It's going to help you get through it personally, as well as help your loved one manage.
To learn more, go to TracyCranPerkins.com. Tracy Cran Perkins is an award-winning author. She's also the host of Dementia Home Care television show. Watch it here on USA Global TV and Radio.
Listen, babe, now, listen, babe, now. Listen, babe, now, listen, babe, now. Listen, babe, now, listen, babe, now.
Thank you, viewers and listeners of USA Global TV and Radio, for joining us today. We're honoured to have your time and attention as part of our global community. At USA Global TV and Radio, we believe in the power of authentic conversations, meaningful connections, and creating a world of possibilities together. Want to be part of something bigger? Join our team of elevated listeners at usaglobaltv.com, a space where your voice matters and your ability to listen transforms relationships. Stay connected with us across all our platforms for thought-provoking discussions, expert insights, and empowering stories. Subscribe to our channels at youtube.com/c/USA Global TV. Follow us on social media and explore the endless opportunities we're creating for growth, learning, and inspiration. Together, we're not just broadcasting, we're building bridges and changing lives one conversation at a time. For inquiries, contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com. Music by Johnny Dyes. Produced by Executive Producer and Director Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Voiceover by Mike Porter. Creative Direction by Paul Garcia. All rights reserved. Copyright 2025. Visit usaglobaltv.com to view our full terms and conditions.